Vibe coding is dead, and in this video, I'll show you what's already replaced it. It's called AI-driven engineering, a way of working where one person with AI delivers entire solutions, even entire businesses. So we're not talking just code. We're talking architecture, security, project management, testing, marketing, sales, deployment, everything. Now that is the future of how all computer-based work gets delivered. And if you understand this now, you'll have a massive advantage over everyone still thinking in terms of vibe coding. I'm Nathan from StationX. I've spent 30 years in cybersecurity and built AI systems that do what entire teams or even businesses used to do. And what I'm about to show you, it isn't theory. I've done this, many people have done this, and it will change how you think about work and everything, really. Andrej Karpathy coined vibe coding in 2025. The idea was simple. Tell AI what you want, let it write the code. Don't even look at what it produces. Collins Dictionary made it word of the year. Millions of people started vibe coding. And look, it was genuinely exciting. For the first time, people who'd never written a line of code could build things. They could build apps, websites, tools, just by describing what they wanted. But what nobody told them is that code is a remarkably small piece of shipping something that works or that works well. Think about what actually goes into building a real product. You need someone to design the architecture. You need someone to design how it looks, someone to manage the project, someone to test it, someone to write the content, someone to think about the security, someone to deploy it and keep it running, someone to market it, someone to pen test it before an attacker does. That's not one job. That's an orchestra. And vibe coding is the equivalent of learning to play one instrument, the coding, and thinking you can perform the whole symphony. And you can't. Not because the instrument isn't useful, it absolutely is, but because code was only ever one piece of the puzzle. So if vibe coding only covers the coding part, what covers the rest? What I'm describing has a name: AI-driven engineering. And nobody else is using this term yet, because what it describes genuinely didn't exist just a short period ago. AI-driven engineering is one person directing AI to deliver complete solutions end to end, not just coding, but everything. Architecture, security, project management, testing, deployment, marketing, sales, even entire businesses. AI-driven, so you're not building AI, you're building with AI. That's the AI-driven part. So across every discipline. And this next part is what separates it from vibe coding permanently. An AI-driven engineer doesn't just open a chat window and start prompting. They build infrastructure. And it's so crucial. Permanent context is built. Memory, commands, skills, workflows, tools that accumulate over time. That's the AI-driven engineering. Think of it this way. A vibe coder opens a fresh chat window every session, describes what they want, gets some code out, closes the window. Tomorrow the AI has forgotten everything. It's back to its new context memory. Every session is day one. AI-driven engineers build a system where the AI already knows the architecture, the security requirements, the design patterns, the deployment process, the testing standards, the context voice. When they start a new project, they're not starting from scratch. They're starting from everything the system has already learned. The 20th project is dramatically faster than the first, not because the person got better at prompting, because the system got better at everything. That's context engineering, the real skill underneath all of this. It's not which AI tool you use, not how clever your prompts are. It's whether you've built a system that compounds. I can talk about this in theory all day. I'd rather show you what it actually looks like. So, I recently built a product called jobzonerisk.com. It answers one question for every job in the economy. Is AI going to replace you? And if it is, what do you do? That's what this service does. It lives right now on jobzonerisk.com. It's completely free, so I could help get the message out about the risks of AI and what this sort of power is going to do to people's jobs. So let me walk through what I was able to create with AI-driven engineering. It's the only site that dynamically tracks the risk to your job. So you know the moment your job starts to become in trouble, not in 6 months' time after it's too late. And it tells you what to do about it, where to go, how to escape, how to AI-proof yourself. It pulls live labor market data, monitors policy changes, and aggregates news, then updates every score automatically for jobs across the entire economy. There's a career quiz that tells you which jobs fit your personality and are safe from AI. Tens of thousands of pages of research content, every role individually assessed against a scoring methodology that I designed. Interactive maps for 9 countries, penetration tested against the OWASP standard, a policymaker briefing page. I've had senators and members of parliament ask me to brief their officers on the data. Now, this is a thing. If you were building this the traditional way, you'd need a product manager, a solutions architect, a security architect, a user experience designer, developers, a data engineer, domain expert researchers, a methodology designer, a data journalist, and so on and so on. SEO specialists, penetration testers, security engineers, DevOps, quality assurance engineers, PR and a project manager, just goes on and on. 15 to 20 people, maybe. 8 to 14 months, maybe, to develop. Maybe $500,000 to $800,000 to develop. And I did it in 2 weeks. One person directing AI. And I wasn't vibe coding. I was directing AI across every one of those disciplines using a system that I'd already pre-built, which has persistent context, reusable commands and skills, accumulated knowledge that meant I wasn't starting from zero on any of it. That's not an efficiency improvement. That's an entire industry's business model gone. 15 to 20 salaries, an office, 8 months of coordination, replaced by one person and an AI system. That's AI-driven engineering. Not a better way to write code, a completely different way to deliver solutions. So why does this matter to us? Why does it matter to you and me? And why right now? Every automation wave in history followed the same pattern. Factory robots didn't eliminate manufacturing, they turned assembly line workers into process engineers. Spreadsheets didn't kill accountants, they turned number crunchers into financial analysts. Cloud computing didn't end systems administration, it turned rack and stack sysadmins into cloud architects. The work didn't disappear, it changed shape, and the people who adapted early won. The people who kept doing it the old way became expensive and irrelevant. AI is doing the same thing right now, but every previous wave hit one industry. Factory workers, then accountants, then sysadmins. AI is hitting all of them at the same time. Every person who works in front of a computer. That has never happened before. Everything repeatable is being absorbed by AI. And what's growing is the person who can conceive a solution and direct AI to deliver it. That's AI-driven engineering. That's the job that's growing while the others contract. And right now, almost nobody understands this. Most people are still arguing about which vibe coding tool is best. They're optimists for 1/16th of what matters. The people who build their AI infrastructure, or you can consider them personal AI agents now, who learn to direct AI across every discipline, not just coding, will have an advantage that compounds so much every single day. Their systems are going to get smarter and their speed is going to increase and increase. And the gap between them and everyone else is going to widen, and they're going to just completely blow everyone out of the water with every project that they ship. And I know some of you already know this because you're getting there or are already there. Vibe coding taught the world that AI could write code. That was genuinely exciting, but code was never the hard part. 50 to 70% of software projects fail, and almost none of them fail because the code was bad. The hard part was always conceiving the solution, building the infrastructure to deliver it, execution, coordinating the disciplines, and shipping something complete. AI just made that possible for one person or a small team of people, delivering what used to need an entire company. That's not a prediction about the future. That's what's happening right now around you. That's AI-driven engineering. That's the name that I've given it. And you now know what it is and what it looks like. This video was the concept of what's coming and what is here for some people. And what's coming from me is how you can do it. How to build products that would cost $1 million and take months to deliver if you were doing it the conventional way. And how to become an AI-driven engineer yourself. Subscribe. I'm going to show you how to become an AI-driven engineer, how to build products worth $1 million in weeks, not months. This is just the beginning of the journey.